Hello and welcome to the Audio Dad Chronicles. I'm Shale, and today we are going to take a dive into some highlights from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, with a specific focus on the tributes to Soundgarden and the White Stripes. So at long last, I'm getting a chance to check out some of the highlights from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2025, and we're going to be focusing our attention on Soundgarden and the White Stripes this time. Now, I've seen some of the induction speeches, so I'm not just going to react to that. I'm going to focus more on the live tributes, the songs, the covers. So in no particular order, we are going to check out Rusty Cage featuring Taylor Momsen fronting Soundgarden. And that in itself is pretty exciting to me. Excuse me. Because Taylor Momsen has made a career of being very vocal about her love of Soundgarden and the influence they've had on herself and her career, as well as Chris Cornell as a front person. And in the days and weeks, maybe even months since this has come out, while on the road with the Pretty Reckless, her band, Taylor has also been joined on stage by Matt Cameron of Soundgarden to play a song, as well as been very vocal about the fact that if they ever decide to go on the road or do some more shows or do anything at all as Soundgarden, she would be very willing to step into the role and front them. That's pretty awesome. So let's get right into this. In no particular order whatsoever, we're going to do Rusty Cage first. So let's go. Got skills. Okay, quick little stop. I am going to try to limit the stops on this as much as I can because we're going to go through a couple of the songs, like 3 or 4 in this video. And I don't want to tie you guys up any longer than necessary, but a quick little observation and whatnot. Yeah, she's killing it. She's got the rasp. She's got the grit. We know she's got the range. The band sounds amazing. I do see they've got a second guy on guitar there, and I didn't realize that would be the case, so I didn't look it up. So if somebody could let me know in the comments, who is that? I'd appreciate it. His face does look familiar. I feel like I know him. I was about to throw a name out, but I thought, no, I don't want to be wrong, so I'm going to hold off on that. I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough. But the band as a whole, they're sounding great, and I definitely know this song. I've been a major, major fan of Soundgarden since the Louder Than Love era. Yeah, even predating Bad Motorfinger. Sub Pop Records. I've seen Soundgarden live a few times, and yeah, they're big fan of them. I remember very, very clearly buying this album, Bad Motorfinger, when I was still in high school and going into my local CD store when those things still existed, because I am that old. And knowing this album was coming out, going to the wall where they would have their new releases and seeing the Bad Motorfinger CDs just lined up. And there was 2 rows of them all on this one back wall. And there's a 3rd row above, which was usually their featured stuff. And it was another version of this. And it was slightly different color album cover, if I recall correctly. And I looked at it, it was like $3 or $4 more. And I hummed and hawed, and I thought, sure, why not? And it was actually an alternate version of the release that had an additional EP called Psalms. which was really cool. Had some great songs on it, some covers and whatnot. Highly recommend checking those tunes out. In addition to Bad Motorfinger, if you don't know it, the album is absolute gold. It is amazing. It is one of those things I would call a perfect album. You listen to it front to back. There's no wasted space. It is all amazing. Speaking of all amazing, let's go back into this. Really curious where Matt Cameron, the drummer, is going to be going from here, because of course, in addition to serving time in Soundgarden, he spent many years, decades, backing the drums for Pearl Jam, who he recently also stepped down from. So Matt Cameron's a free agent at the moment, as far as I'm aware, so it should be interesting to see what he does, unless he's just stepping back and kind of retiring, because he certainly earned it. I do believe that was Chris Cornell's daughter. I've never covered this song of Soundgarden's, but I have covered a few others, Outshine being one of them. Great fun to play. A challenge on bass. Ben Shepherd as a bass player is odd. I'll just leave it at that. He's not a normal bass player. Nope. His bass lines are quite distinct. Taylor's killing it on this. And of course, Kim Thayil with his infamous Guild. Played that his whole career. Taylor is killing this. I'd like to see your friend Soundgarden more, for sure. I'd go to that show. I'd watch that. Tom Morello, the man responsible for putting the bands together for the Back to the Beginning tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Yes. Wow. That was incredible. Okay. Quick little pause here. We're going to switch over videos. Let's see what's up next. Okay, welcome back and thanks for sticking around. We're going to get into the next one. This will be Brandi Carlisle fronting Soundgarden for Black Hole Sun. And along the way, I did, when switching videos, I did notice that my suspicion was correct. It was Mike McCready of Pearl Jam joining them on second guitar. Very cool. And at a quick glance here on our screenshot, I see extra bodies, and I think the one on the far left is Jerry Cantrell of Soundgarden, goodness me, of Alice in Chains. Got Soundgarden on the brain for some strange reason, don't know why. Of course, we got Soundgarden, and it looks like there's another person on the far right, and I can't identify them just yet, so let's find out who that is when we tear into this one. So, let's go. We got two basses? And I admit, I'm not terribly familiar with Brandi Carlisle as a singer. Is there any songs from them that I should be checking out? I don't know her too well.
disguises no one knows, hides the face and
Going for a little bit of an MCR vibe from Black Parade.
sun in my disgrace.
That is Jerry Cantrell, for sure.
Summer stands
Swinging out all the big guns.
like the sky looks still. Call my name for the pain.
Oh my!
You scream
Okay. I hope I get the name right. It's been a couple of years since I've seen that face. That's Hiro Yamamoto, isn't it? Soundgarden's original bassist. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back, my friend. Good to see you. No, I don't know him personally. It's just a term of endearment. Like I said, I've been a fan of them since Louder Than Love. And I believe that was his final album with them. And yeah, own all their previous work, but prior to that as well. Ultra Mega OK, etc. So, fuck yeah. Nice to see him.
again. Black hole sun, won't you come
Okay,
and wash away the
this is good. It's good. I'm not sure how she's gelling quite the same. Taylor Momsen just so perfectly just blended. Brandi Carlisle, she's singing it. She's hitting the notes. She's doing her job.
cold and damp.
I'm sure she's here because she's a friend of the band or such. Like I said, I don't really know them at all. So
For honest men and sometimes far too long for snakes in my shoes, walking sleep. In my youth I pray to keep heaven sent away. No one sings like you anymore.
saw the pain in her eyes. That line. If any line could sum up Chris Cornell, no one sings like you anymore. That's some high notes. Aha. Way to take the spotlight back, Taylor. I mean, you're a superstar in your own right. You got the chops. I don't want to say she kind of saved that note there, but
in my head, drown my fear till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you go?
that is one of the more, to me, one of the more iconic fills. You know, like the song would not be the same without it. You got Jack White in the house, who led an epic speech out on his segment. Like I said, I won't watch it here. And a very much tribute to his bandmate Meg White, who chose not to attend. She's become very private in her own life now, which is okay. Wicked. That was very cool. Nice to see the original bass player Hiro Yamamoto return for this. Hope I got the name right. I'm pretty sure that's it. It just rolled naturally off my tongue. It's probably it. But like I said, I haven't thought of his name in a long, long time, but I definitely recognized his face. That was amazing. Okay, so what do we have next? it looks like we are going to get blessed with Toni Cornell, the daughter of Chris Cornell, and she's going to give us Fell on Black Days. This should pull the feels. Whoa. Let's hear it. Very stripped down. Oh, little technical problems here. I think this is Nancy Wilson Hart, if I recall. And a cello. Beautiful. Get your lighters out, your cell phones, I guess they use these days. Yeah, that's Nancy Wilson. Of course, another Seattleite.
Black days, I fell on black days. Whomsoever I've cured, I've sickened now, and whomsoever I've cradled, I've put you down. Searchlight, so they say, but I can't see it in the night. I'm only faking when I get it right. When I get it right.
You're going to pay tribute to famous Seattle musician Chris Cornell. I mean, we got members of Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and Heart. Perfect tributes. And yes, there are the chills. Definitely miss him.
Black days. How would I know that this would be my fate? How would I know that this would be my fate? How would I know that this would be my fate?
She's got such a great voice.
And I sure wouldn't mind the change.
Wow. That was special. That was touching. And that definitely gave me the chills. So it looks like that's the end of the tribute to Soundgarden. We're going to wrap it up here, but I also really wanted to check out a little bit of the White Stripes. Now, Jack White did pay tribute to Meg, and because she wasn't present, they opted to not perform. But 21 Pilots stepped up. A very famous band who I've just began to discover on this channel, and we'll get into more of their music soon, I'm confident. Infamous for being a two-piece drummer and a singer, multi-instrumentalist. We'll just leave it at that, but I'm going to assume he's going to play either bass or guitar in this. And as I understand it, they masked themselves to downplay their fame to pay tribute to White Stripes, who this was really about. And I thought that was pretty darn cool. So I've been wanting to check it out as well, but I had to get into 21 Pilots first, and I've done that now. So I think it's time. We're going to sneak this one in on the end, and we are going to see 21 Pilots do Seven Nation Army. Stage is perfect already. And yes, we got a bass, because that's the way it's supposed to be done. Good call.
I'm gonna fight 'em off.
And I guess masked is a term. He is obscuring his face. He's doing it about the song, not about himself, which I have mad props for. Big respect. They're huge. They didn't need to do this song at all. They didn't need to hide their appearance.
Because I can't fall
We know who they are. They're not hiding it. But they don't want it to be about them. Very, very cool. Sounds great. He's killing it on the P-bass. Damn straight. Since the shirt was going there, we're going to go there. First and foremost, the shirt said, for none of you saw it, how Meg White plays drums is none of your damn fucking business. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't give a rat's ass about technical proficiency. It's all about serving the song. And Meg White, lover, hater, they would not be the same band without her. She did her job perfectly. She was a perfect complement for Jack White. They were going for a stripped down, raw, simple, rudimentary, indie rock kind of a vibe. And her drumming is what it needed to be, what it was. If she was more proficient, more busy, doing more chaotic things, it wouldn't have had the same vibe. A song like this is a perfect example. It is stripped down. It is incredibly simple. That is not a negative. That is an observation. It served the song. It gave a rhythmic backbone to this killer bass line. The lyrics, Jack White's signature delivery, they were a perfect pair. Jack White proved he could be in other bands and do other things and played with more drummer, you know, somebody who may be more technically proficient and done more signature grooves and ideas and so on and so forth, but they were very different bands. Raconteurs and so on and so forth. Dead Weather. They are very different artists, very different sounds, and Jack White is a very diverse singer-songwriter. But our introduction to him was through them, through the White Stripes, and it would not be the same without Meg White. So I'm 100% on Team Meg White, and I hope you are too. Let's go.
Don't wanna hear about it.
It can be hard to play simple, as weird as that sounds.
Story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch you coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you.
Keeping a groove by doing so little can be hard. It truly is.
I'll do.
There's Jack. Hope he's taking it in. Hope he appreciated it.
Coming from my bones, says from the heart.
We hear two tones here, and I'm pretty certain that's coming about via his pedal board, which is adding a harmonizer going up an octave to produce the, quote, guitar tone at the same time. Oh, what are we getting? Into keys. Wow, didn't expect.
I'm gonna Wichita.
What a voice he's got. It fits us so well.
Evermore. I'm gonna work the straw. Make the sweat drip out of every pore. And I'm bleeding right before the Lord.
Love a church organ vibe to that, by the drummer.
And I will think no more. And the stains come from my blood. And the stains.
Very cool interpretation. I like that. Down on your knees. Rock and roll. What a creative duo. Wow. Did not even notice that microphone there the whole time. Great keyboard. I have a mini version of it sitting right there, but in black.
Meg and Jack have inspired us all.
Indeed. Very respectful tribute. And there it is. That's going to wrap up our little visit down to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It is a building I have been able to check out myself. I once went on a road trip, personal road trip, to go see Muse in concert, and it was about a 7-hour drive to Detroit to see them from Toronto and other parts. And then we decided to take a round trip, and we stopped at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I got to check out the exhibit at the time, which this would have been 2007, so it's going back a ways. But for myself personally, one of the biggest moments of it for me was seeing the infamous bass from the cover of The Clash's London Calling, the one that Paul Simonon smashes in that very famous photo. They had all the pieces, and it was on display there. It's no longer present, but on the back of my arm, it's since been covered. I actually had a recreation of that album cover of that bass being smashed, and I do have a photo of me with it, if I can find it. That's it there. No cameras were allowed in that venue, but I was not walking out of the building without it. So we very carefully, my partner at the time pulled out her phone, queued up the camera. I stood there, and when no one was looking, boosh, we got that one photo. So it's a little rough, a little, I'm probably making some weird face in it or whatever, but it happened, and I was thrilled to have that opportunity. And I'm thrilled that you all took the opportunity to stick around and to watch this with me. Thanks a lot for coming along on the ride. And to quote another famous Seattle artist, Kurt Cobain, in the eulogy as read by his wife, Courtney Love, the final words: peace, love, and empathy to all. Good night.